Between the two of them, our first guests have sold over 157 million albums, made $14 billion at the box office, have 4 Oscar nominations, 22 Grammys, and 1 Tony. Please welcome Scarlett Johansson and Bono. Hi. Hi, you two. I saw you last night from a distance, and I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Was it Keith Richards who said, it's great to be here, it's great to be anywhere?
Yeah.
It's like, we're out. It's amazing.
I know. I'm so happy to see both of you. And you're working together, but you've known each other for a long time, right?
We've known each other for, I guess, over 15 years, maybe close to 20.
I used to babysit her.
That's right.
No, how did y'all meet?
We met when Bono he was first conceptualizing the Red Initiative, which is huge and massively successful and has raised millions and millions of dollars for the Global Fund. Of course, only Bono could think it and then actually see it all the way through. And
she was the first call. And, you know, you've been a great advocate for Red and finding AIDS drugs for people who can't afford them in far-off places. But actually, genuinely, the first believer in Red, the first call of a famous person that we made was to Scarlett. And she went all over the world for us and on covers of newspapers. And, you know, we thought she was pretty punk rock and the right way to do this. Because, you know, it's,
Good for you. Good for you. That's fantastic. You have, since I've seen you, had another child.
Yes.
How old is Cosmo now?
He's about 4.5 months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have another child.
I have a daughter who's 7, Rose.
And how does she like having a little brother?
I would say she's pretty neutral about it. Yeah, she's pretty neutral about it, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
She's, I mean, she definitely, like, she'll come home and then she'll talk, you know, she's just talking a mile a minute and I have to remind her, like, hey, say hi to your brother. She's like, oh my God, he's so cute. And blah, 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 blah. You know, she just is going on. And I think being 7 is pretty psychedelic, so.
Yeah. Is it? I don't know what 7 is psychedelic.
I feel like my memories of being 7 are kind of psychedelic, but
I don't have memories of 7. I don't
You
have.
don't? What's your earliest memory?
Yesterday, like barely. I don't have many memories. It's something that's another discussion.
We'll talk about it later.
I really don't. And you have both boys and girls that are all kind of. Are they out of the house now?
One boy, John, is really, you know, kind of like the boss of the family. He's got one leg left. He's going to college. Got then another boy who's off around the world when he can. He's in a band.
A great band, Inhaler.
Wants to burn down the pop charts, you know, for rock and roll.
It was #1. That was fantastic, right?
Yeah, he's #1 in the UK. He's like, you'll see him. He's sort of baby-face killer. I mean, there's 4 of them. They're a high school band. It's kind of mad that Ali's gone through this twice in her life. But yeah, then Eve is, you know, of course, Scarlett knows and been a real influence on Scarlett as an actor. And then Jordan, you know, will probably run the United Nations. So she's our egghead nerd.
Who's the more difficult, raising a boy or a girl?
I think it's different for me. I honestly feel they've all been really good to me. But if you asked Ali, she'd say each of them have gone through their phases. And I think, you know, the girls and Ali are so close now, but I do remember moments,
Great.
Didn't really help, but yeah. I think it is different but have you noticed, I mean, he's 4 months old. There's no way to know how he's going to be.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no, I mean, right now, he just, like, discovered his feet, which is, like, the biggest thing ever. Which I always feel like that must be so crazy to not, you look down, you're like, wow, there's feet, you know? You just never knew they were there. Now they're up here.
And you can hold them.
It's great, you can put them in your mouth. It's amazing. You know, I mean, I imagine that they'll be very different people. You know, my daughter is very, you know, she's a little bossy, and I don't know where she gets it from. And, you know, she's very headstrong, and, you know, well, he's just putting his feet in his mouth, so he seems pretty laid back. Yeah.
He should enjoy that because at some point we can't do that anymore. It becomes difficult. So as long as you can still put your feet in your mouth,
Speak
do it.
for yourself,
That's
mate.
right.
On the television, it's very, very possible to put one's foot in one's mouth. To use the phrase.
So is Colin a great dad? Who's going to be the person that is difficult, like strict?
Oh, you mean which parent? Me, obviously.
Yeah, I think so,
Look
too.
at him.
Yeah.
He's like so easygoing, isn't it? Or whatever.
I love him so much. You know that.
Yes.
You have been married a year. You have been married 40, is it 40 years?
40 years next August. Thank you very much.
Woo-hoo! Isn't that congrats? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't you get jealous when you hear that? Like,
Just knowing somebody for that long,
Yeah.
like that intimately, is crazy.
You
Do
know,
you still discover new things about each other?
Yeah, she's hard to know.
That's probably why
She's
you've
a
been married this long.
mysterious figure.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes,
40 years
even
in.
to her daughters, her sons, on her mind. Well, no, there's a lot to learn about her still.
Wow.
And we're still finding out more and more about each other.
That's
Most of it's
fantastic.
good.
Yeah, hopefully so. What's it like? First of all, this is amazing that he joined the cast for Sing 2.
Yeah.
And then you're singing. What is it when you get that information that you're going to sing a U2 song with Bono?
At the time we were all in quarantine, and everything seemed so surreal in the moment that I was like, okay, sure. And then I went in. I hadn't seen an adult, like another adult, in so long, and so I, went
None
into
here.
and then I went into the recording studio, and it was like I was also kind of isolated doing that, and so in my mind I was just like doing karaoke or whatever, not expecting that it would actually be a real duet, and then I heard it all together, and it's pretty.
Did you
epic.
do it together in the studio, or did you do it separately?
No.
But I mean, she really can sing. Honestly, professional is not something that I don't really like the sound of professional singing. It's sort of the eyes and teeth show business thing. She is way better than a professional. She honestly just, and I had to play this to the band, which is tricky. Being in a band, it would put you off democracy, sort of thing. And but they really care. They're very protective about their songs, and they were very moved by your version of "Stuck in the Moment." And
Well, I think my life is
still
complete
haven't
now.
found, so yeah.
That's why we brought
There you
you
go.
here. Complete your life.
Thank you. This is my life is
It's complete.
That's all.
Shapeshifter.
That's
Yeah.
So you're in this movie, and this is your first real acting job. Because it's harder, I think, to act in animated movies because you don't have the benefit of facial expressions. It's all your voice. Don't you think it's difficult?
You know of which you speak.
Yes.
Dory. And I don't know if I'd call it acting. Actually, my daughter calls it acting, and she loved Dory for sure. And because of the coronavirus, at one point I did, Garth Jennings is a genius director. He was on the phone, but Eve, my daughter, was in the room coaching me, helping me.
Oh, that's great.
Get in touch with my inner big cat, or whatever she was calling it. Or more like meow, I think I was at the time.
But you used a different voice to
I was
be
trying to growl. I was trying to figure, how could I do this? At first I thought, can I do it like Jack Nicholson? I was saying to him, I don't like coffee. I was trying to do all that.
Whoa.
And he said, no, you've got to do it like a lion. Find that voice. And eventually I got that. I suppose I got that kind of growl. It sounds kind of it sounds sleazy, actually, if you did it in a bar. But in a kid's film, it's great. And, I mean, he's a badass. He rides a Harley Davidson around his property. I kind of got into that,
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of that
I was going to say, it sounds like something you would do at your
I've
house.
done a little bit.
All right. Hey, we're going to take another break. We're going to play a game after this. We'll be back. All right. We're back with Scarlett Johansson and Bono. And I know what this means. Whenever this is out here, it is the random question generator. And so what happens is I push this, and a random question will come up. I have no control over it.
Oh.
And it comes from someplace else. I don't even know who does these questions.
I was
And then
speaking
you'll
to
have
God earlier.
Yes, exactly. It
He said, proceed. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you. All right. It's too late.
Bono the Puppet.
We got to get that applause sign fixed. All right. See what happens. Would you rather be naked with close friends or strangers?
What?
Wow, that's a good question.
Oh, what?
Singers, I think, if you're any kind of a singer, you should be naked at all times.
Well, you're both singers, so...
Would you rather be naked with close friends or strangers? Oh, man.
It's a hard question.
Geez, it really is.
Yeah.
Depends on the friends, I guess.
Yes.
Close friends. I guess close friends. I don't want to see
It's
them
the
naked.
strangers bit that's a little odd.
No,
Yeah, who are those
You should say
people?
definitely not strangers.
All right, not the strangers.
Okay.
It's you being naked, not them.
I'm naked, but nobody else?
No.
Ah!
No,
This
just
is
you.
awful.
No, and you have to answer.
Oh, man. I guess strangers.
Okay, well, we don't know them, so
Wow.
take them off.
What?
No.
Take it off. Take it off. I love that they'll cheer and applaud for that.
I know.
You guys are sick.
Why wouldn't they? All right. What would someone say is your most annoying habit? Bono, you have to answer this because she answered the last one.
Being right all the time.
Oh, that's tough.
That's horrible.
That-
I know, it was a boo thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. I like
Being
He's
right all the
staying
time.
with it.
I like that feeling.
He's staying with it.
I've never felt that before, but I enjoyed
The
it.
boo?
Just that saying, kind of the boo and saying the badass thing.
Yeah. Good for you. Stick with it. Do you want to answer?
you.
Your
What
most
would
annoying-
someone say is your most annoying habit?
What would Colin say is your most annoying habit?
I throw out a lot of. I have an organizational issue.
You
I'm a little bit compulsive about
Getting rid of
cleaning,
things?
Getting rid of things.
Good. That's better than hoarding.
Well, yes, maybe it's better than. Well, it depends.
Unless you don't have anything now.
Yeah, no, I guess I do often throw out some things, his things, while he's using them.
His things.
I throw out his things while he's using them.
Wow. Okay. It's the most rebellious thing you did as a teenager.
Rebellious? Oh God, I was like, my house was like rule free, so I don't know.
Really? Rule free?
I mean, kind of. Not totally rule free, but like, I don't know. I grew up in New York. I was all over the place.
Were you
I was a-
rebellious?
I lobbed some poop,
Ew.
dog poop, into the lunchbox of my Spanish teacher,
Oh.
who wouldn't correct my homework because she said handwriting wasn't good enough, and she kept doing this. And I'm not recommending this. I love teachers. They are the most incredibly important people in the whole world. I'm just saying, you just asked me a question.
I know.
I'm trying to answer honestly.
I know. I appreciate it.